The boy never could have imagined that. At his talent assessment ceremony when he was 5 years old, the results would say he had no talent at all. His talent category even showed up as complete gibberish, compared to his childhood friend who grew up alongside him. The difference couldn't have been more cruel. She awakened a 3-star Sword Saint talent, which allowed her to shed her status as a serf, and step into a much higher social class. As for him, if nothing unexpected happened, he would spend his entire life as a farm serf, barely getting by through backbreaking labor in the fields. Yet when his parents learned of the results, they acted as if everything were normal, still proud to have him as their son. Even though the family was extremely poor, their home was always filled with warmth. What no one knew, however, was that his true talent far surpassed that of a sword saint. The reason he performed so badly at the assessment was because, before reincarnating, he had chosen hell mode difficulty, which reduced his growth rate to just 1% of a normal person's. Because of that, describing his potential as A-rank was actually quite accurate. As for his summoner talent showing up as garbled text, he simply assumed the system had run into some unknown error. Once the assessment ceremony ended, he was quickly forgotten, like a small stone by the side of the road. His childhood friend Jenny, on the other hand, was in a completely different situation. The news of her sword saint awakening shook the entire city, prompting the city's night order to rush over. The Knight Commander requested to meet her personally. Lewis originally thought Jenny would be taken away immediately, and that the two of them would never see each other again. But things didn't turn out the way he expected. To confirm whether her talent was real, Jenny had to take part in a live combat test, and her opponent would be the vice captain of the Night Order. What's more, this was a duel using real swords. Jenny had never touched a real sword in her life. She had only ever trained with wooden swords, sparring with Lewis. Her chances of passing the test seemed incredibly slim, but refusing the test meant immediate execution, as it would be considered fraud. With no other choice, the fight had to begin. To everyone's surprise, Jenny was unusually excited at that moment. The moment she heard it would be a real sword duel, she even smiled, completely unaware that failure meant death. Although Lewis often practiced swordsmanship with her, and knew her skills already surpassed those of many adults, he still didn't believe that she, not yet fully grown, could defeat a battle-hardened vice-captain. Sure enough, the fight quickly turned against her. Lacking real combat experience, she was caught off guard. When the vice-captain suddenly switched to kicks, Jenny had no time to react, and was sent flying by a single blow. Her father tried to step in to stop the fight, but there was nothing he could do. At that very moment, the aura around Jenny suddenly changed, and even the vice-captain was stunned. When she launched her next attack, her presence and momentum were completely different. The vice-captain could barely hold his ground. In the very next instant, his sword was cleaved clean in two. The sudden reversal left everyone present in shock, and the battle officially came to an end. Jenny passed the combat test. At just 5 years old, she had defeated the vice-captain of the Night Order. This result truly lived up to the name Sword Saint. Afterward, her father's worry turned into pride, and after witnessing her strength firsthand, even the Knight Commander apologized for his earlier rudeness.